For the snare, I actually cranked the crap out of it. There's not much of a kick drum in Fear Factory because we just stuff them and use the trigger. My drum tech's name is Rocky, and we have the Rocky J Squirrel. Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Pete Weber, drummer for Fear Factory, and here we're doing a gear rundown for you. So I'm sponsored by Pearl Drums. This is a pretty much brand new Pearl Masters Maple Pure in putty gray finish. Sounds great, almost sounds just as good as my custom reference kit I have at home. We got a 10, a 12 inch, a 14 inch, and 16 inch. We have a limited edition Pearl 13x7 power piccolo snare drum, and then the kick drums are a little smaller. They're 20x16. I like the smaller kick drums. They're a little more good rebound for the fast double bass stuff. So I'm sponsored by Aquarium drum heads. For the top snare, we use a triple threat. I also kind of dabble with the higher energy. It has a Kevlar dot in the middle. The bottom is just a classic clear, as well as all the toms, except we put the black heads on the bottom just to kind of make it look cool. For the audience. So for the batter heads, we use Force 10. They're great for heavy metal drummers, for real hard hitters. Gives a nice punchy attack. For the kick drums, we use the Super Kick 10. There's not much of a kick drum in Fear Factory because we just stuff them and use the trigger, but they're a great sounding kick drum if you're going to use them acoustically as well. I'm also sponsored by Cymbals. I've been with them for about 10 years. Awesome guys. Chris, thank you so much. So for Chinas, we have the Neil Peart from Rush Signature Paragon. This is a 19 inch. For hi-hats, we also have the Neil Peart Signature Paragon 13 inch hi-hats. I have two of those, one here and over on the right as well. For crashes, we're using the HHX Explosions. I have two 18 inch, one here and one here. These two are kind of new for me. This is a 10 inch Sabian Sick Hats. They just came out last year. With Fear Factory, I need to have a closed hi-hat permanently, so this works great for that. And I also use it as a stack along with this stack here. We were using just the Splash. It's an Ozone 12 or 10 inch, but I added the small Holy China, the Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer signature one, and I stacked them together so they give a nice little chuck there. So for the ride cymbal, I'm just using this one for now. I'm actually getting a custom one in soon, but this is the 21 inch raw bell dry ride. It's good, it's just a little washy for me, so we're getting a leopard ride that has a big power bell on it coming soon. And then last but not least is the Ozone 18 inch crash. It kind of has a China crash sound, so it's kind of cool effect cymbal for the kit. So for the hardware, I have a Gibraltar low profile rack. I really like the design of this because you can keep everything low and there's no cymbal stand. So on a small riser, you can get a big kit into a smaller area. And then for pedals, I have Axis A longboards. They're great for speed. So for the springs on these, we have the heavier duty spring, and I have that cranked really tight. So for the fast double bass stuff, it makes your life a little easier. So I got with Vader Drumsticks last year, and I'm using their 2B model. This is my Fear Factory signature ones here, and I use a grip tape on top of that. Just helps me hold on the stick when I get sweaty during a show. So for a throne, I use this Rock and Sock throne. It's really cool because it's hydraulic, so you can just adjust it really quick on the fly instead of, the old ones you kind of have to twist them like that, and it's just kind of annoying. This one you can just sitting there, if you're playing even, you can just hop up and down. So it's really cool design. So with Fear Factory, all our tracks are done on this computer here. We use Logic Pro. It's all connected with my triggers and this Apogee Duet as well. So for the trigger module, we're using a Roland TM6. We're only using 3 of the channels right now. So this is kick 1, kick 2, and we actually trigger the snare as well just to give some extra attack. So we have extra channels in case we want to do, the toms later or something like that. So I'm with 6.4 audio in-ears. These are my custom drivers. They're 12 drivers. So There's a lot of low end, a lot of high end, a lot of mid range, so it's a really clear sound. Almost sounds like you're listening to like a record, which is really awesome for live shows. So for the tuning on the drums, for the snare, I actually cranked the crap out of it. I like a really nice attack, make sure it clears everything else in the mix. For the toms, I kind of keep them, these ones I keep a little tighter. I would say, you know, more in the middle. For the floor toms, we kind of keep them more loose to create that nice low end that you want to hear out front in the PA. And we actually keep little dots on here just to bring the reverberance down on the drums. It kind of just, like I said, more of attack. You don't need like the whole boom sound of the toms, just a real nice clear attack sound. So for the trigger units, we're using the Roland. This is the RT30. For the kicks, it's the RT30K. And we're using fat cables to go to the Roland module. They're a company out of Europe. They give us all the cables that we have on stage too. They're really cool dudes. So for the tom mics, a lot of the tom mics, they're kind of like the snare. They're really big and kind of in the way, and a lot of drummers end up hitting them. So we got these really nice small Shure ones, and just has a small bendable arm. They're completely out of the way. I never have to worry about hitting them, and they sound really awesome. So on the drum rack, my drum tech Rocky over here, he loves his bicycles, so he brought these custom cup holders for the other guys on stage as well. I have my Gatorade one here, water there, Milo's Gatorade over here, and Ricky's Gatorade over there. So it's nice so they can have somewhere to put it. They don't have to put it on the stage and, you know, accidentally knock it off, or, you know, splash something on some electronics or whatever. So we also have some gadgets on here, like the Millennium Falcon. It's got the same color as the drum kit. We got a little Krusty the Clown here from Simpsons. You know, probably no one ever sees these kind of things, but he always puts them in different spots every day. So like, I'll just be drumming and I'll just randomly see a Krusty the Clown on my drum kit. So my drum tech's name is Rocky, and we have the Rocky J Squirrel there as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Catch us on tour with Cavalier Conspiracy, or on the future, you can check out fearfactory.com for future tour dates, and we have a new album coming out in 2026, so keep an eye out for that, and thanks for tuning in. Cheers.